If I close my eyes, I can see runners going.
It's not just a run.
It's gone beyond our wildest dreams.
We did the water.
Giving water to the runners.
And we always come in with a great smile and say, here you go.
Bob walked into my office at the newspaper and said, I think I'd like to start a run to benefit Special Olympics. And I kind of laughed at him like, how are we going to do that?
He laughed at me because I said, I think we should call it the Buckshot Run. And he just go, you do that and nobody is going to show up.
Bob needed to raise some money for Special Olympics. He was the director for our 18 counties. He was a runner himself, and he decided this is what he was going to try to do.
We agreed, put it together. He put the Special Olympics program together and for us, and it's worked out.
Buckshot Run was the only game in town at the time when it started. Ron had the vision, and then Bob was able to execute and coordinate the vendors and the sponsors and work with the city to get the permits and, you know, all those detailed things.
We had the right event at the right time. The success we had the first year gave us the hope of enlarging, and we grew every year. People, were attracted to the cause, to the camaraderie of meeting friends once a year out here.
Very successfully, I talked the Leader Telegram into being sponsors, and they were wonderful sponsors.
I was blessed as the race director because I had the support of Buck, and I had the support of the Leader Telegram. So, promotion.
And to the racers, we've had some of the best runners in the country.
I came on in 1997, 98, I think, which was my first buckshot. I had just started working for Special Olympics 2 months before that, and all of a sudden here I am, and I didn't even know what the buckshot was. The first year I kind of coasted to see what my role would be. The second time around, I thought, I wasn't a proponent of having to pay for a lot of the things that you had along the way, but I was really good at talking people into donating those things.
She was very aware of the tradition and what was involved, and yeah, she continued that. I no longer got to run and direct the event. I actually got to participate as a runner. It's like anything, you just transition.
In our area, we had people who were in businesses who were just wonderful about appreciating Special Olympics and our athletes. And they really happily donated items, donated people. They were just wonderful. I did do the 2 mile several times, and I thought it was a lot of fun, and I just, thought the kids would be running past me, and people that were, older than I. But it was such a great experience because it was a family affair.
When I started the Special Olympics, everything was sort of handed to me, and it was a huge responsibility because it was such a storied event. At that time, we were looking at close to 1,000 people that would show up at Carson Park and support Special Olympics. It was always really rewarding for me personally after the event when he would come up, kind of give me a little side hug and say, "Good job, kid." And so that always made me feel good, that I knew I was making him proud, and I knew that he knew the athletes were so thankful.
Good job. It's such a good thing. There's so many worthy causes in the world, and this is certainly one of them.
I give thanks to the people for the buckshot.
It's to help sponsor for our athletes for Special Olympics.
Yeah, like she said, it helps us out. It helps us out really much.
I'm just, doing my thing, trying to get, first place and get to state and do my best and cheer on everyone's cheering on for me.
Great and awesome and perfect.
It was a huge fundraiser. It was one of the top 2. And to bring in that kind of money was amazing because that meant our athletes could continue participating in sports.
We were looking for a sponsor We lost the sponsor at Special Olympics.
This would be the state Special Olympic office out of Madison.
They kind of came to our rescue, right, Bob?
Yeah, for a few years in regards to as far as continuing the event. Last year, we were kind of told that it was going to be the last year that they were going to sponsor and they were going to organize the event. We did hear that the Eau Claire Adult Special Olympics program was going to look at continuing to manage the event, which was great news to hear that. Now we've heard that the Phillips Career Development Center, certainly as far as stepping in.
To know that the Career Development Center is sort of taking the reins makes perfect sense.
They provide services for people with disabilities. So it kind of fits what Buckshot Run has always been about.
I think the vision is going to continue, and I hope that we can build the event back up to where it was in the 80s, the glory days.
The best thing, we talk about memories. One of the best things for me from Buckshot Run was I got a friend.
Yep.
I got a friend.
I'm sure glad you walked into my office that day. 4 decades or whatever ago. Now we're old people with memories.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Yep.